A lot of people have asked me through the years about my experience and my opinion with EOS. And I figure if you want to talk EOS, let's go. I will say it is not a religion, it is a tool. And like any tool, it's going to be only as good as the hands that use it. So I have been through the trenches with EOS. I'm not some guy who just read the book Traction for the first time. I implemented EOS, hired an implementer, built a team around it, even sold the company off the back of it. And I learned some lessons the hard way. So let's talk about it. Back going into 2020, I was drowning. I was running an agency with, I don't know, 50 or 60 people. I was probably working 90-hour weeks. It was a really, really stressful time. And if you were to look at paper, like on our balance sheet and our financials, like everything looked awesome. Like we were growing, we were profitable, we were having super happy clients, we won awards. The reality was like I was often having to work during family dinners. I would have to take my computer to my kids' soccer games just to keep up. My health took a negative turn. And then one day, a friend of mine, Jeremiah, looked at me and said, dude, why do you have all these people working for you if you're sitting in everyone's seat? Like you hired smart people, let them work. And that hit really hard. So the next day we had a scheduled staff meeting and I just walked into our team meeting and I basically said, hey, as of today, I am firing myself. From now on, you break it, you fix it. I'm going to Napa. And I did. I spent the next several weeks in Napa. And somewhere between hitting up all the wineries and going through a little bit of panic depression episodes, I realized I didn't need more effort. Like I didn't need to try harder. I really needed a system. I had read the book Traction. I just never done anything with it. So I called up this guy named Dan Zawacki. Dan, he had a company called Lobstergram, which was the first mail order live lobster delivery service in the United States, which sounds weird, but he crushed it. But he was an implementer. I had him on my podcast, and that's when it really clicked with me that US isn't really about industry expertise. It's about structure. It's about discipline. So after talking with Dan, he met with their team and we started implementing EOS with Dan's help. And not gonna lie, year one sucked. We had to learn new meetings. We had to learn new rhythms. There's like all this new language we had to learn. There was even some pushback with people on our leadership team because it felt like this isn't complicated. And so it was like, why are we doing this if it's not hard? So it felt slow. It was just kind of slow to get these things going. But by the end of the second year, we had cut probably half our headcount. We hit the same revenue goals. But the coolest part is we actually had a business that ran without me. And that, honestly, I attribute to EOS. That's part of the magic of it. If you don't have an operating system in the business, if you don't have like the structure in place, it's better than nothing. But here's kind of what I've learned. EOS is kind of stuck in time. Like it's almost like Gino Wickman came down from the mountaintop in 2005 with stone tablets and basically said, hey, thou shalt never iterate. And everyone in the EOS world just goes, yep, sounds good. But the crazy part is like nothing else in the world is frozen in time. The world keeps evolving. So we have more data, we have AI, we have behavioral science, we have remote work that popped up. We have the ability to have real-time dashboards. And EOS kind of still hangs their hat on laminating scorecards and having level 10 meetings. Don't get me wrong, right? It works. But it's kind of like the Financial Peace University of business systems. Like if you've got nothing, it'll save you. If you've got momentum, it might not be the best fit. And I probably just pissed off a bunch of Dave Ramsey fans right there too, huh? I think EOS was built in a world before like Slack existed, before there was Notion, before there was automation, when running on like Vision and Traction just felt revolutionary. And now like you kind of need systems that actually evolve with you. You know, they're not ones that are kind of stuck in a 2005 PowerPoint presentation. And on top of that, so you get all this information and scorecards and you realize that people really don't know how to use the data they're given. So they're looking at these scorecards, they're looking at these financial KPIs that you're told to create, but you really don't know what they mean. You really don't have any sort of literacy about how to make decisions from those scorecards. It's just, that's what you're told to do. And then there's the other problem that no one really likes to talk about out loud. After private equity bought EOS, they kind of just flooded the market with implementers. So now everyone at every coffee shop is an EOS coach. And it kind of feels like the old Avon days. Like the quality's hit or miss. Some are really, really amazing. Others just reselling someone else's playbook without actually ever have built anything for themselves. And look, if you are sub 5 million in revenue, EOS is a godsend. It can teach you discipline, rhythm, accountability. But once you actually built something that actually works, you might feel like it kind of hits the ceiling because EOS doesn't really know what to do with that complexity. It can't really flex with the data. It can't really measure human nuance. And it definitely does not touch personal growth or anything with behavioral dynamics. So when I was going through the process of looking into becoming a certified implementer, I stumbled on a thing called Bloom Growth. Strangely, Bloom is the software that we ran EOS on. So familiar with the software platform, but over the years, they've actually built out and iterated EOS like it was still alive. It's like the same EOS backbone, kind of the same cadence, the same accountability, but now you actually leverage data like real-time dashboards, deep integration of data. You get actual visibility into what's happening. Like you can literally see which parts of your company are thriving and which ones are stuck in the software. It's really cool. And look, to be fair, I'm not anti-EOS. I absolutely give it credit for pulling me out of 90-hour weeks and helping me give my life back. But if you think that's the end game, you're probably missing on like the evolution that's already happening. So yeah, EOS is amazing if you're lost. But if you've got some traction and you're still following the same rules that were written 20 something years ago, you probably don't need another level 10. You probably might need to update your operating system.